The following presentation may contain too many cat jokes. Viewer discretion is advised. This presentation is rated CJ, Cat Jokes. Parental guidance suggested.
Mein Hut, der hat 3 Ecken. 3 Ecken hat mein Hut. Und hat er nicht 3 Ecken, dann ist es nicht mein Hut.
Welp, it's time for Opa's Corner. A bear, a moose, a fox, a wolf, and a small snail were playing cards around a table. Suddenly, the bear let out a roar and said, "Guys, I'm hungry! Could someone go buy some chocolate or whatever?" The moose shook his head and nodded toward the fox, who slammed his paw on the table and muttered, "Why me? Why can't the wolf do it?" But the snail bravely interrupted the conversation before it got out of hand. Guys, there's no reason to fight. I'll go." The bear smiled a little and handed the snail a few rolled up dollars from his pockets. "Thanks, man. I appreciate it. While you're at it, buy something to drink, will ya?" The snail winked, grabbed the money, and briskly made his way out the door. Half an hour went by. An hour and a half, almost 2 hours. At last the bear snapped, dropped his cards to the floor, and yelled, "Hey, you know what? I think the little bugger took the money and just left." The small but fierce scream then came from near the door. "If you're gonna start insulting me, I'm not leaving at all." Once there was a cruel king who enjoyed executing whoever he pleased. A minister once gave him bad advice, so the king decided to have him killed. He ordered that the minister be thrown to the ravenous and vicious guard dogs. The minister said, "I have served you loyally for 10 years and you do this?" The king was without mercy. The minister fell on his knees and pleaded, "Please, give me 10 days before you throw me to the dogs." The king thought about it and finally agreed. In those 10 days, the minister went to the keeper of the dogs and told him he wanted to feed the dogs for the next 10 days. The guard was baffled, but he agreed. So the minister started feeding the dogs, caring for them, washing them, providing all sorts of comfort. When the 10 days were up, the king ordered that the minister be thrown to the dogs as sentenced. When he was thrown in, everyone was amazed at what they saw. The ferocious dogs were wagging their tails, playing with the condemned minister, and even licking his feet. The king was baffled at what he saw. "What happened to my vicious dogs?" he growled. The minister then said, "I served the dogs for only 10 days, and they didn't forget my service. I served you for 10 years, and you forgot all of it with my first mistake." The king then realized his own great mistake. The next day, he replaced the dogs with crocodiles. A circus manager is busy in his office when a scrawny little guy walks in the door. He walks over to the manager and he says, "Are you the boss here?" "Yeah. What do you want?" "I'd like to join the circus. I got an act." "Oh, yeah? Well, let's see what it is." So, the little guy goes over to the center pole and he starts climbing up the pole. He climbs up and up and up. He goes all the way to the very peak of the big top. Then he looks down, takes a deep breath, and leaps off the pole. He starts flapping his arms and he's flying. He flies all around the big top. He goes around the center pole. He goes loop-de-loop through the trapezes. Then he goes all the way up and takes a nosedive right down to the ground, flapping his arms like mad. He lands right next to the boss and says, "Well, what do you think?" "That's all you do? Bird imitations?" God is handing out characteristics to all of the animals. He's getting close to the end of his list. Most of the animals have picked one except the lions, the beavers, the birds, and the pigs. God looks up from his list and says, "Who wants courage?" One of the pigs says to the other, "Ooh, we should get that." The other one says, "Nah, who wants to be courageous? You have to strut around. Humans will start hunting you. It's a huge pain. Let's wait." The lions speak up and take courage. Next up, industrious. Who wants to be known for being industrious? The pig says, "Hey, we could definitely be that. Make stuff, stay busy. Sounds good." The other pig says, "Are you crazy? Get up at dawn, work all day? Who wants that? I'm sure God saved the best for last." The beavers piped up and take industrious. So God goes back to his list. Next up, we have wings. Who wants to fly? The first pig says, "Wow, we got to get that one. We could fly all day." The second pig says, "Exactly, fly around all day. Beat your wings all the time. That sounds exhausting. You'll have to fly for hours, beating your wings like mad to stay aloft." "No, thank you. Let's wait for the really good stuff." God looks at his list, and it's getting to the end. Let's see, claws are taking, flight went to the birds, cheetah got speed. Okay, here we go. Who wants to be delicious? The year 2032, and the United States has elected the first woman as the first Jewish president, Sarah Goldstein. She calls up her mother a few weeks after Election Day and says, "Mom, I assume you'll be coming to my inauguration." "I don't think so. It's a 10-hour drive. Your father isn't as young as he used to be, and my arthritis is acting up again." "Oh, don't worry about it, Mom. I'll send Air Force One to pick you up and take you home, and a limousine will pick you up at the door." "I don't know. Everyone will be so fancy-smancy. What on earth would I wear?" "I'll make sure you have a wonderful gown custom made by the best designer in New York." "Honey, you know I can't eat those rich foods you and your friends like to eat." "Mom, don't worry. The entire affair is going to be handled by the best caterer in New York. Kosher all the way, Mom. I really want you to come." So, Mom reluctantly agrees, and on January 20th, Sarah Goldstein is being sworn in as President of the United States. In the front row sits the new president's mother, who leans over to a senator sitting next to her and says, "You see that woman over there with her hand on the Torah, becoming the President of the United States?" The senator whispers back, "Yes, I do." Her mom flushes with pride and says, Her brother's a doctor." A 4-year-old boy and his father were having a discussion.
Dad, I decided to get married.
Wonderful. You have a girl in mind?
Yes, Grandma. She said she loves me, and I love her too. And she's the best cook and storyteller in the whole world.
That's nice, but we have a small problem.
What problem?
She happens to be my mother. How can you marry my mother?
Why not? You married mine.
And now for the funnies. My son is an honor student. My son made this license plate. Okay, everybody, the fireworks are about to start. Let's all cower in the kitchen and hold each other. Stop it! Get off! I hate it when she limits my screen time. Buddy gets his nose checked. Dachshund, Beagle, Poodle, and either Yorkie or Boston Terrier. What scent is that? I love it!
It's our new plug-ins. That one's Chihuahua.
Your Honor, the defense would like to call a surprise witness. Just as long as you fits, then you might as well sit. It's a box world after all. It's a box world. I'm the doctor who brings the cards. I'm a cardiologist. Get well. Scene from the show Strange Fur Things. Oh no! Carl is stuck in the upside down! Okay, Pete. Start the pressure. Nice and easy. She's losing a lot of soda. Do something, Dr. Pepper. Now I have to tell them I only have a PhD in delicious. Raised the old girl from cub, I did. Of course, we had to get a few things straight between us. She don't try to follow me into town anymore, and I don't try to take her food bowl away until she's done. It was a good sleepover. They got up at 3 a.m. and ran around like maniacs. Glad it went well. What's up, Spock? Good heavens, John! Call someone! The entire basement looks dry! The duck Mafia. We own this pond. The breadcrumbs is our racket. Don't be sticking your beak in our business. Capiche? Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam. Cat Book Club. The Fog of Catnip. It was fun to lie on. I enjoyed rubbing my face across the spine. Oh, I did that too. I could not fall asleep on this thing. However, there was no question that on the south side of the river, the land was ruled by the awesome Tyrannosaurus Rex. Hey, Charlie. You know how we're alike? We're always in sync with each other. I can't believe we're related. Hey, Mr. Fix-It. There's a problem with your fancy new door locker. Although never achieving the fame of Tarzan, his African counterpart, Larry of the Lemurs, was a common sight to natives of Madagascar. Press any key to continue. Dwayne the Dachshund. After months of training, I did it! I jumped up on the bed. Woo! High 4. Click. Google would like permission to use your location. For the last time, is this going to be an astronomical observatory, a sacrificial altar, or an interstellar beacon? And do we want the alien contractor or not? I've got other jobs waiting. No, you're wrong. It doesn't even go in one ear. Hello? Oh no, I think I've been using too many cat jokes. And for the rest of his life, the young reptile suffered deep emotional scars. My teacher told me not to worry about spelling because in the future there will be autocorrect, and for that I'm eternally grapefruit. And that concludes Opa's Corner for this week.
Mein Hut, der hat 3 Ecken. 3 Ecken hat mein Hut. Und hat nicht 3 Ecken, dann ist es nicht mein Hut.
Opa's Corner is now available on my own YouTube channel. Like, share, and subscribe.